Why, hello. Talking to myself here for a minute, and that's okay. I just realized that I don't have any water. And let me see. I'm backwards because the camera's seeing it backwards. But yeah. So, how are you guys doing today? Wait, is my mic on? I think so. How you doing today? I'm talking to the replay crew because somebody will watch on the replay, I think. I don't know. Let me make sure that this went live because sometimes I press buttons and it didn't even do it what I was supposed to do. Let's make sure. Hey, Nicole. So I guess I did do it right. Because I was like, I'm not even sure that I did it right. I am still working for another hour and I figured I'm on my breaks. I might as well come say hi, right? And I'm trying to I'm still trying to play with the positioning of the camera, but I feel like that's just too tall. But I was just trying to make it like above the back of the laptop. But I feel like that's just way too tall. Way too tall. So, hello. How are you today? As you can see, I got some relation going on. That's okay. It's been coming and going the last couple days, but it's getting better. And I broke a nail. So I actually broke two. This one and this one. Because the other ones are kind of there. I'm like one of those people where I can't bend certain fingers like without like extreme struggle, Like this hand still has all my nails, but they're all gonna get chopped off soon. I was trying to make them all one length so that I didn't have to but I didn't do that. So I have 2 minutes before I could go turn that on. Now, I told myself that now that I'm feeling a little bit better, I am going to try to get back into the groove of things, right? And the only way to do that is by doing it. But did you see this, Nicole? Is it just my imagination? I don't know, but look at, I didn't have, obviously, because look how short they are. So obviously they're brand new. I didn't have that a while ago. Can you imagine? Like, you've been seeing me and hearing me cry. Look, I got little baby. Look at it. You have no idea how flippin' excited I am that there's little tiny, I know they might not be that easy to see on camera, but I could feel them. Do you see that? Look how little they are. But that is okay. That is okay. Because look how little. But they're coming. Look. You have no flippin' clue how much joy that brings me. I noticed it that day. That I think I texted you a picture of it that day, and I was like, and then I started texting everybody. Is it just my mind? Because I've been complaining to everyone. Like, you guys are not the only ones. I was crying to 3 of my cousins. I was crying to my brother. I cried to my mom, both of my brothers, and I was like, you guys do not understand. And then my aunt was like, it's okay. You have so much hair. I was like, I don't care if I had a lot of hair. Don't you understand? Like, going from having a lot of hair to a lot less hair is still really upsetting and really hurtful, and it makes me want to cry. And I have cried more than once I have cried, and I'm like, but what can you do? Okay, 49 seconds, and then I gotta go switch my code. Also, do you see this? I put Neosporin on it because it tore and my lip was bleeding. Yeah, it hurts. But yeah, I didn't take my other medicine today. I didn't take Vivirex. I'm sorry. My brain is like, I'm trying to remember all of these words, and I never got back to you guys about it, huh? It has been, well, because you've been going through it too. This last couple of weeks, I would say 2.5 or 3 weeks for me, have been incredibly rough mentally, physically, emotionally. Hold please. And because of that, oh crap, hurry. Okay. Because of that, I just haven't been thinking about stuff, right? So I haven't been doing things that I'm supposed to be doing, which is like following up. And I also forgot I haven't taken my inhaler. Hold on. Oh, that's extra powdery today. Like, is it because I forgot to shake it? I don't even know if I'm supposed to shake it. I just do it. Habit. I'm not even sure. It just says use as directed, but it doesn't say shake it or nothing. But it says that it has magnesium and lactose monohydrate. Why? Why does it have lactose monohydrate in there? What if somebody's allergic to lactose? Can you be allergic to lactose? I know you can be lactose intolerant, but can you be allergic to lactose? I wonder. I really, really want to take this apart and see what it looks like on the inside. But I still have 15 doses left. So it's probably not a good idea, huh? I have to go to the eye doctor. But I'm putting it off because I don't want to. I don't like going. Hold on. David's passport came. Did I tell you? Hold on. David's passport came. And, ooh, shoot. And to keep it protected, I bought him a passport cover, right? This is supposed to be leather. There's no way on God's green earth that this is leather. This is like the most plastic ever. There's no way this is leather. But I don't like it. It's going back. What do you think? I said, he likes blue. I like mine. Mine's way better. And mine really is leather. Do you see that? Like you could even see like the painted like innard side. But I know it came so fast, huh? But I like my cover. I thought his cover was gonna be like mine, but it's not. See, it's like even way bigger. But I don't like this one. I like this one, but they don't sell this one no more. This is so old, and it doesn't have an RDFI blocker. Yep, plastic leather. And so I just put foil because it is proven that foil will block RDFI. So I just put the foil back there. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't do nothing for me. Just can't even hear it. Well, I'm sure you probably could if the passport wasn't in there, but my passport's expired and I need to do mine. Ew, what's this? Okay. David said he's gonna go get us a coffee. He was like, let's go get a coffee. Sir, I cannot leave. I am still working. Kind of. I'm on my break. So, because I'm on my break, I cannot leave. And, oh man, I only have the pink one here. What happened to the other one? I put them both up here so I could go wash my hands. And now one's missing. Excuse me. Hey, Day, how are you? Yeah, I put the foil in mine and I put it in my wallet too. Hey, Linda, how are you? Miss Linda, I am so sorry. I just seen your email and I forgot to respond. I'm so sorry. I have had a wicked few weeks. Like I have been so mentally just gone the last couple of weeks. I'm so very, very sorry. I did not mean to ignore you. I did not mean to, I'll ignore you. But I will respond, I promise. I'm so sorry. But how are you guys doing today? How's Mr. Michael doing? We love Mrs. Linda. But you guys, I really needed this break from life. I I took Thanksgiving Day off, but I did work Friday. Then I didn't work. No, I did work Saturday and I worked Sunday and I worked Monday. And then I worked a half an hour on Tuesday because my brother came. And then on Wednesday I took it off. On Thursday I worked another half an hour. And then, but so pretty much I didn't work for 3 days because my brother was here. And so I was able to just like decompress and like not worry too much about work and not worry about like, oh my God, I got to get up at the butt crack of dawn, that kind of stuff, right? So it was just really, it's been really rough, but these last couple days were so needed that today I woke up and I was telling Nicole that I have been working all day long. And look, I have my hair up. I just put it up right now too. So obviously my head isn't hurting. It is, okay, wait. My head is hurting, but I do not have a headache. I'm not gonna explain that. I have spent more than 5 hours with that stupid headset on today. Let me show you the headset so I can tell you guys what I'm talking about. Because some people might have a hard time like understanding. And if you don't have headaches or migraines, I don't think that you have to be migraine prone to understand. I think even if you get headaches, you'll understand. But either way, either direction, right? I think you can see it more better on this side though. This piece, when I have to wear it to do whatever, right? This piece squishes my head. This piece gets heavy, but because this piece doesn't squish your head because it sits like on top of your ear. And my original headset had 2 of these pieces and then it broke. And when they replaced it, they only gave me the single headset. And I have been asking them for years to replace this. They just haven't. And they keep saying, it's on order. It's on order. It's on order. Finally, I've been out of work for so long that it didn't really, like, whatever, I haven't been working. But now that I'm back to work, and now that I have to wear it more and more often, every single day I have to wear it at least a few minutes every day, it has been triggering headaches. And I'm like, no, we cannot have this. Even though I don't wear it the whole entire shift. If I had to wear this the whole shift, I would probably have to quit. But I don't have to wear it all day. I just have to wear it, for meetings or whenever I have to call out for like a support team or something. So when I have to have this on, this squishes my head and gives me a headache. I've had this on almost all flipping day. I have an ache in my head, but I do not have a headache and I do not have a migraine. I did take an abort pill though, just in case, because, can't handle it. Cannot handle it. You're still feeling the bloss too? Aw, honey, I'm so sorry. It has been really, sorry. I have a towel on my seat. You guys know, I always have a towel on my chairs everywhere I sit. I can't get it out of my head. But that was because of all the bleeding. I didn't want to like stain everything. I was staining it anyways. I was still bleeding through the towels and stuff, but I didn't want to do that. So I'm so used to always having a towel on everywhere I sit that I'm having a hard time still like taking them off. So sometimes when I sit on the chair, it like bunches up and it's irritating and I have to unbunch it. I'm glad that you're being gentle on yourself. That's amazing. You were mentally all over the place too. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I'm glad you're feeling better. How was your Thanksgiving celebrations, you guys? Was it good? How was, I'm sure you cooked everything, Miss Linda. I can't imagine you not cooking like a whole entire, like, are they called flocks? A flock of turkeys? I don't know what a group of turkeys is called. In my brain, it's a flock. He's good. He's over there. He just cut his hair, and then he told me that he was gonna go buy a coffee. And he was like, "Come on, let's go." I was like, "I can't go. I'm working." My computer's gonna die just a minute. We gotta plug it in. Ooh, you had 35 people? How many? Oh my God. How did you all fit? How did you all fit in one place? It's just me and David, and we have a 3-bedroom house with a 2-car garage and 2 bathrooms. And, the living room, the dining room, a backyard. I'm like on a 1/4 acre. And even it's too tight for just us two. We don't have no pets and no children. And it's like, get away from me. You're too on top of me sometimes. I can't even imagine that. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Is there something I was telling my cousin that I am convinced. Oh no, I forgot about my time. Shoot. Hold on. Okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I could put, no, it's 4 minutes. So I'll put 3.5 minutes and then I'll come change it. So I was telling my cousin that I feel like there's something in the atmosphere. Like, I swear they put something in the air that's making everybody just sad and mopey. I don't know what's going on. David's good, thank you. I think I was saying that. He cut his hair this morning. He usually cuts it on Saturdays. And then he is right now just getting ready. He's going to go pick us up a coffee. I can't leave because I'm still working for the next like 45 minutes. And then he's going to go get a coffee and then come back. And then when I'm done with work, we're going to go grocery shopping. So I thought, you know what? I have a little while. I don't have nothing to do. He's getting ready. He already ate. So I don't have to cook, which is usually what I do like during this time of the day on Saturday and Sunday. I'll make him breakfast, but I don't have to today because he already ate. So I said, I'll come live, say hello. I will come say hello. I had the same odd head sensitivity in the back of the head. Yeah, I've been having it in the back, and Nicole's been having migraines all like week, but luckily, sorry, I'm exposing your business, Nicole, but luckily, they haven't been bad. They haven't been good because having any sort of headache or pain or whatever sucks, but it's not even as bad as it could be. I don't know how to make that make sense, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So Miss Linda, I want to know, how did you all fit? And you guys, I fully intended to get the Christmas card sent out already. I haven't done it. I haven't mentally been able to. I have them. I haven't even filled them out. That's how behind I am. And I wanted them to be sent out in the middle of November. I wanted to send them out before Thanksgiving, but I didn't do it. Hello there, amiga. How are you? I'm just happy I followed the advice you, Nicole, provided me. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear it. And yay for Amaglity. To me, Amaglity is the homie's long lost cousin. It's like his stepbrother. And I have you have the half brother, right? Because it's the same maker. They're both Eli Lilly. And I have the stepbrother. Ajovi's the stepbrother. Who, the redheaded stepbrother at that. But it's working for me. And that's what I was saying, that I think that's why I didn't get like a full-blown migraine today with as much as I had to have the headset on today, because I just took my dose 2 days ago. So it is brand fresh new, right? And then since it's a 30-day, it's barely brand fresh new. But you guys, you know what today is? Give you one guess. What do you think today is? I think I have a little bit too much energy today. But what do you think it is? Besides the 6th of December, what do you think it is? And no, I have not taken Vivian today. Vivian has taken a break for the week. And she'll be back next week. Your next dose is on the 15th. Ooh, that's coming up. Yep. The redheaded stepchild. You know why she's the redheaded stepchild? I'll be back. But she's the redheaded stepchild because, hold on. She's the redheaded stepchild because it is a pre-filled syringe. It is not a, like a auto dosing pen. Hey Jen, how are you? You had 4 fried turkeys, 1 smoked turkey, 2 smoked hams, smoked pork, You made it on the barbecue. 2 roasted chickens injected with Cajun butter. Deep fried collard greens. Wait, is there such thing as not collard greens? When somebody says collard, it's greens, right? Kale, string beans, potato salad, coleslaw. That's a lot of food. Did it all go? With 35 people, I imagine that's not enough, but who knows? If they eat like normal people, probably is enough. No, a Maglite is not the redheaded stepchild. A Jovi is, because it is an auto-injector pen. No, a pre-filled syringe, not an auto-injector pen. But I heard that the auto-injector pen on a Jovi is garbage. Garbage. Don't even bother. Hey, Jen, how is your head feeling? Because I know Jen also suffers with migraines. And this season has been really bad for some people. I think Nicole's doctor, neurologist, told her that a lot of people are having some sort of flare-up of migraines right now. I am so incredibly freaking grateful for Jovi though. Because yes, I've gotten some headaches and I've gotten even some low-grade migraines, but I have not had anything that has been like, I can work through them. And before I was getting them so bad, I could not work through them. I couldn't function. You guys would see, and you guys are the ones who noticed it, and you guys told me that when I had migraines coming on, that my eye would get like that. I would have one regular, like the little man on, let me show you. That was me when I would get a migraine. You guys would see one eyeball like this and the other eye. You guys are the ones who pointed that out. And now I notice it. And I'm like, when I go back and watch like old videos, I can see, like, you could see where it was like killing me. There's mustard and turnip greens. But wait, neither of those are collard stuff, right? Because I don't know if collard is only green. Or is collard also something else? I don't know. Yeah, the Maglite, the auto-injector pins on the Maglite, they say are, well, it's the same as the Homie. It's the exact same pin. The only difference is the auto-injector pin for a Jovi is, I don't know what it's called, but it's one where you put it against your skin and then you have to like apply like a tremendous amount of pressure. So it's not like just a button. And then it just self-injects, right? Like you have to put the pressure for it in order to be triggered. And it says that sometimes, because you have to do it so hard, that some people, when they put it on, they're so used to it being so hard that even just like a lighter touch will trigger it, and then it'll just go off. You've been okay? Okay, good. Yours is food and sleep related? I'm sorry, but I'm glad it's doing good. I'm glad. That's good. Hey, Kevin. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be back. Hold on. Wait a minute. That can't possibly have been. No, that was only 3 minutes. What the heck? Did I accidentally reset just the 3-minute clock? Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm on my break, so I have to change my codes to make sure that I don't go over. It's cold. I'm sorry. It's cold here too, but not that bad. Let me see. Right now it is, I should not be complaining because it's only 49. Your neurologist said migraines have been bad for many people this year. Yeah. I knew he said that, but I didn't remember exactly what he said. Correct. Collard is a type of green. Oh, okay. Like an EpiPen? Maybe. I think it's kind of like the, I think it's kind of like the Aussie pin. I think it's sort of like that, except the heads are not replaceable. It's just single dose. What's up? Want to come say hi? David says hi, but he doesn't want to come say hello on his own. Okay. Yeah, about 45 minutes. 40 minutes. Yeah. You gonna get me a coffee? What are you gonna get me? All right, fine. Hot. I want a hot coffee because it's cold. Nicole, it could be from the stress a lot. It could be. It could be that. For me, I feel like fibro is also flaring up because of the stress and the overwhelmingness of the seasons, right? It was 19 degrees. It's 12 degrees in Boston. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, guys. That's cold. That's cold. The other day, Elle texted me, right? And we were talking about, I don't remember because I was half asleep. It was like 9 p.m. And I'm like, I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was half asleep. And then I was like, I don't really remember what we were talking about, but I remember thinking, golly, it must be cold there because we were talking about snow. And she's in where, Connecticut, right? Hey, Miss Nikki, how are you? Are you home yet or are you still in Chicago? I don't know where home is. I just know that Chicago is your hometown, but it's not home anymore. And you were visiting for like a month. I think your month is over. But nobody guessed. Do you guys know what today is? It's our anniversary. No, just kidding. But kind of, sort of. Today, you guys, I am officially in post-menopause today. Yesterday, I was in menopause. I hit menopause. Today, I am post-menopausal, officially. Oh, you're still in Chicago? You must be really cold. Oh, North Carolina, right? Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, North Carolina. That's right. I can't remember. American has a base in one of the Carolinas, but I don't remember which one. And I want to go there because it looks cool. I think there's a beach. I didn't know that there was a beach there. But yeah, isn't that weird? Like, I am officially post-menopausal today. Isn't that insane? Because you guys hear me talk about it all the time, but menopause is 24 hours. It is not multiple days, multiple months. It is a single 24-hour time frame. Anything before that is perimenopausal. Anything after that is postmenopausal. So I am now technically postmenopausal. Isn't that crazy? So crazy. That's why when I had to move the towel, I was thinking, it has been an entire year. And now, well, I would say a year and 1 day, right? Because that same day I was still kind of spotting, like after the surgery, I was still kind of spotting. The very next day, I can't remember if I was spotting, but I want to say that there was like old blood, right? But it wasn't like actual, like fresh, like, you're a girl, and when you wipe and stuff, the old blood, I think that's what, I want to say I was still having that last year, right? But today, I know for a fact that by the time we took my mom to the airport, my surgery was on Wednesday. We took my mom home to the airport on Saturday. And that is because I was healing amazingly, right? I was able to do things by myself. Like, the only thing that nobody would let me do was lift anything, and I wouldn't let myself because I was terrified to drop my bladder. And so I wasn't lifting anything, and I wasn't bending. I wasn't able to bend over because it was excruciatingly painful. But so it has been an entire year since I have had any spotting or anything like that, right? But I'm still sitting on towels. I mean, I spent 34 years having to be like that. And suddenly 1 year isn't going to just automatically turn off in my brain that, like, instinct, So we're working on it. Yeah, it's only 24 hours. Menopause is strictly a 24-hour period. Isn't that crazy? Oh, yeah, Drea says menopause. Wait, explain what again? The period or the dried blood? I don't know what I said. You guys have to remember, I have short-term memory issues. I will just talk and then forget what I just said. But if you have a question, ask and I will explain it. Because I know many of you are not yet postmenopausal. So I mean, mine isn't natural. Mine is surgically induced. So I really don't have like a whole lot of like advice for like how to deal with it and stuff because I had no choice. I can pinpoint the exact dates simply because it was surgically induced. But The 365th day that you go without a period means that the very next day, which is 366th day, that is the day that you are menopausal, right? The 24 hours of the 366. So from, let's just call it, like, for round even numbers, from midnight until 11:59 the next day, you are in menopause. Anything after that, you're postmenopausal. And so I really can't explain, like, the other, like what it feels like to, like, naturally feel it coming on, even though I am perimenopausal 100%. I was already going through perimenopause before the surgically induced menopause. So 100% that I can explain to you what it feels like. But, oh, my journey. Oh, okay. Well, quick little class on what I was going through. Let me go grab a water, but I'll tell you guys while I'm grabbing my water. So I started my period the day after my 9th birthday, and I didn't know what it was. I was only 9. I didn't know. And so I had a heart attack, thought I was dying. I literally thought I was dying. And then I started my period, and then it was painful my whole life, and it was crazy bad my whole life. And then one day, I started bleeding for 3 months, and it did not stop. And I was probably 20. And then that kept happening throughout the years. It would go 3 months, 6 months. I think 6 months was the longest I ever went. This last time was like 6.5 months. But what stopped it was obviously having to get a hysterectomy. Turns out my uterus was so full of fibroids, and my ovaries had cysts on them. Well, one of the ovaries did. So getting it removed was the only option that I had at this point in time, right? Because I was literally dying from all of the fluid loss. And so I bled from July 19th, which is exactly 1 month, because I started on June 19th. I started the homie on June 19th. July 19th, I started bleeding, and it did not stop until December 4th when they removed my uterus. Hey, Teddy, how are you? But I realized, I didn't know this at the time, but I realized when I was going through all of this, I was having a lot of symptoms of perimenopause. But everybody kept telling me that I was too young. You're too young, Delilah. You're too young. You're not old enough yet. You're only 40. You're only 38. You're not old enough. And I'm like, the average lifespan of a period is 25 years. I've already had it for over 30. How are you going to sit there and tell me that I'm too young? I may be too young, but my reproductive system has been working around the clock for 30 plus years already. I might be too young, but my uterus is not. And something was wrong, and I knew it. I knew something was wrong. Turns out I was perimenopausal, and it had been a few years. At least that I can pinpoint, right? A few years. But it might have even been longer than that. I don't really know. And then, luckily for me, the gold standard for diagnosing perimenopause is no longer your hormone tests, right? It is now based upon symptoms. Ooh. It is now based on symptoms. And based on my symptoms, I was perimenopausal. But technically, legally, I guess, like medically speaking, on your 366th day of no longer having a period, you are now in menopause. And then since we are on 377 today, I'm perimenopausal now. So here we are. I am on bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. I take estradiol 1 milligram, and I take by mouth. I take it orally, and then I take micronized progesterone. So please remember, if you have a uterus and you decide that you want to start hormone replacement therapy, I use hormone replacement therapy and bioidentical hormone replacement therapy interchangeably, and some people call it menopause hormone replacement. So those are like interchangeable in my head, but they're really not, right? Bioidentical means that the medication is bioidentically the same as humans, right? And hormone replacement therapy means that it is synthetic and it's not like chemically the same. So it is in your best interest to look for bioidentical options, but talk to your doctor about it because it's not going to be for everyone. Now, for me, please remember that if you have a uterus, because I think most of you do, if you have a uterus, you cannot at all be on estradiol alone or estrogen, a form of estrogen alone. You must also be on a form of progesterone because otherwise you increase your risk of getting, don't quote me because I can't remember which one it is, but it is either uterine or cervical cancer. It's one of those two cancers though. You increase your risk of that by only taking estrogen and not also including progesterone. Now, because I don't have a uterus, I don't need, and or cervix, right? I don't have a uterus or cervix. So because I don't have either of those, I don't need the progesterone. But because I have trouble sleeping, my doctor has recommended that I go on micronized progesterone. And because it's micronized, that means it's also bioidentical. And there have been some people who have misspoken about progesterone, right? They have said that progesterone is made from horse urine, and that's not true. Premarin is a form of progesterone. That specific strand is compounded by the use of horse urine, right? But outside of premarin, the other ones are not. So what I take is not made through horse urine. So people keep telling me, oh, so you're over here, you might as well just drink horse pee. I'm like, why? It wasn't used to make what I take. And even if it was, I don't care. If I need to drink horse urine, I will. Ew, that sounds so gross. But if it makes you feel better and it replaces what your body naturally creates on its own when you're younger, why not? Why not? So, I don't know. But please do not take estrogen alone if you have a uterus. Don't do it. Ooh, the pickle people. I like that. You got your period on your 12th birthday? Oh no! What a horrible birthday present. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Most people I know too started around 12. I did have somebody in my life who I will not name in case she ever finds out and doesn't want her business out there like that. But she was like 16 before she started. And I would have rather been 16. At least I would have had the mental capacity to understand what was happening to me, right? And like mine was traumatic because I did not know what it was. I really literally thought that I was dying. I thought I was bleeding to death. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought there was some sort of injury, some sort of tumor, something happened to me and I'm bleeding to death and I'm dying. I did not know any better. And this person in my life, their birthday is near Christmas. So every year for Christmas and their birthday, they would pray for their period. And I'm like, why do you want it so bad? You can have mine. But she wanted to be an adult, I guess. And to her, being an adult meant starting a period. But not to me. That was gross. I wish I never had to start. I didn't get the benefit of ever having babies anyways, so why did I ever have to start? That's the whole purpose of having a period, so that you can have a baby. But I couldn't, so yeah, I'm not trying to use anything synthetic if I don't have to. I already use enough synthetic crap in my life. Why would I add that to the mix? What time is it? What time is it? Okay. Okay. You don't look that old to be. Well, I'm technically, that's what I keep hearing, right? You're not old enough. You're not old enough. I'm not old enough. But I am 44 years old, and I've been through menopause surgically. Mine is surgically induced. I had to have my uterus and my one ovary, my uterus, my fallopian tubes, and my cervix all removed last year, December 4th last year. So mine's surgically induced. It wasn't natural. Women go through so much with their bodies. Yes, for real, we do. Like, imagine, Teddy, one day you're just a little old 9-year-old minding your own flipping business. You go to bed and you're just a little kid, right? You wake up in the morning. I thought I peed my pants. I really did. I didn't know any better. I thought I peed my pants. I woke up freaking out. My mom's going to kill me. I peed my pants. It wasn't pee. I didn't figure out that it wasn't pee because my underwear were black. And I'm 9. I'm sleeping in my underwear while I had a pajama shirt on. But I've always liked those pajama, like the dress pajamas. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the t-shirt that's like a pajama shirt. I've always loved those, apparently, because I wore them when I was little. I wear them now. And that's what I was wearing, but I had black underwear on. And my bed was like a brown color. I didn't know. I just thought it was pee on the bed. Then I go to the bathroom and toilet paper is white. That's when I discovered that it was not that. And I was screaming and crying. Like, I could not be consoled. I was screaming and crying. My mom came pounding on the door, let her in the bathroom. And I wouldn't. I couldn't get up. I was so scared once I realized it was blood. It was so traumatic. It was so incredibly traumatic. And then once she realized what was happening, she was like, it's okay. It's just your period. I was like, what is that? Nobody ever told me what that was. Who's talking to 9-year-olds about that? Not a lot of people. I didn't know what it was. So it was very, very scary. Very, very scary. That's what I'm saying. I'm already with the Gila monster venom. I don't need to add horse pee to, but if I will, I have to. I mean, if I have to, I will. There you go. So I don't know. But in case you guys can't tell, I am feeling a lot better mentally right now compared to the last couple weeks. Like, seriously, so much better. Still having a bit of bowel issues, but hopefully the medication will, they say 2 full weeks before it like really builds up within your system. And it has been 2 weeks yesterday. No, 2 weeks today. In fact, today is my exact 14 days that I've been on it. So we'll see if I have to go up a next dose, which I probably will because I'm still having trouble, but not nearly as bad as before. Before was like terribly awful, but now it's like, okay. It's still, it's not great, but it's, you know, it's okay. But I will have you know, we have not had to do, I think I have done 1 coffee enema this entire time. And you guys know what I don't know if you know, but I'm always talking about my coffee enema. What I make is I do a coffee, right? Like I do a couple shots of espresso with protein milk, and then I put in collagen protein powder, and then I put in 3 doses of Miralax, and then I down that. That's what I call my coffee enema special. But I haven't had to do that. I think I've taken it, maybe twice in these last 2 weeks. I haven't needed it since, and I'm so grateful because it was already becoming too much. I was taking it too much, too often, too many times a day. It was not okay. I was not okay. And I was even scaring myself. And I was like all the time asking the pharmacist, asking my doctor, asking anybody who will listen to me, is this okay? And they're like, yes, it's okay short term. But you are getting close to the brink of it no longer being short term. And I'm not, I need them to function on their own without like surgical intervention. So luckily that wasn't the case, but yes. So if you guys are having issues, which reminds me, Day, because I know for sure you are on one, and Nicole hopefully will soon. But know that one of the biggest side effects of the migraine injectable, prophylactic, right, is constipation. So please keep an eye out on that, right? The more it builds up in your body, apparently, the worse it can become. And so for me, it started out where it was just, a week or two the first time, and then the next time it was just a little bit longer. The next time it was longer, and now I'm medicated to help with that. But thank you. I feel better. I really do, because I did not feel good in here. I did not feel good in here. Like, I don't know what was going on. I'm convinced it was something, like, not just for me, because so many people were telling me that they just weren't okay mentally. And I was like, I wonder what's going on, because we can't all be experience the same exact thing. Something has to be going on. Like, I know I was under a lot of stress because I was working so much, and I was hardly ever sleeping. And all I was doing was working, one day off. But on that one day off, I would do all of my appointments. And I'm like, I wasn't ever mentally resting, right? And it just became too much. And then I hit a brick wall. And now we're better. Today's the first day that I feel actually like good. I don't know if that makes sense. I've been feeling better and better and better, but today I feel, I want to say normal. I want to say I feel like normal Delilah right now. A little off, but not in a bad way. Well, maybe to you in a bad way, but not to me in a bad way. To me, it's just a little normal, right? So, yeah. I'm telling you, you guys are the ones who called me out on figuring out that my eyeball went like this when I was getting migraines. I didn't even know. But apparently, you guys were seeing it in my lives and in my videos, and people were telling me, like, I can tell that it's coming because look at your face. And I'm like, what's wrong with my face? And then I had this eyeball. So I was like, okay, I guess so. But just remember, when you are taking medications to help your bowels, to make sure that you are taking some sort of hydration supplement, right? Because you do not want to become dehydrated, and you want to make sure you help your bowels move. And the way to help them move is by adding plenty of liquid in order to make them slide down their water slide, like Alonda always says. That I think she was saying that her son, the doctor was talking to her son about like being constipated, and she was saying that she told her, imagine when you go down a water slide, what helps you go down, right? It's the water that comes along with you. Imagine your poop is you in a water slide, and there's no water with you. You're probably gonna get stuck, or it's gonna be a lot harder to go down the water slide, right, without the water. But once you add in the water, then it helps you to go down the water slide. So it's like, I always thought that was a really great analogy. Like, it's a great way to put it, especially to a kid. Like, I think it's great. I did not a little change, but I thought maybe it could be a little bit of everything, right? So just keep an eye out. For me, it's worth it. I'll take the constipation over not having those kinds of migraines for that long any day. Don't get me wrong, I don't want constipation, but if I have to choose between constipation that could be helped with medication or migraines that can't be helped with nothing, it's an easy like selection, right? And if you don't ever suffer with migraines or headaches, you might not be able to make that same selection. You might not understand how somebody could choose constipation and extreme constipation over a headache, right? Like just a headache, because it's not just a headache. Migraines are not just headaches. But to me, it's just the best way to explain what migraines feel like is a headache. But the worst headache you've ever had on the planet, times 2. And then put your head in a vice at the same time. I'll increase my prebiotics. Yes, in fact, I need to increase mine too. No, not this one. It's back there. I'll get it. I'll get it later. Yes, and magnesium. Our Wild Food Co. magnesium just arrived today. It was delivered to my door while I was working, so David went and got it. And then I was like, it's like 40 degrees outside. You went outside with no shoes on? He had no shirt on and no shoes. how are you walking on that concrete with no shoes or socks on? And he was like, because I'm a man. It was funny. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, man. Okay. But, okay. It was just funny. I was like freezing for him. I'm over here like shivering just thinking about going out there like that. Hey, Sydney, how are you? I am. Wait, I'm not getting ready. I should get ready. No, we're gonna go to the grocery store after this, and then like Target or somewhere because I need Q-tips and toothpaste. For those of you that don't know, I use sensitive toothpaste. I've used sensitive toothpaste my entire life because, well, when I was able to choose, right? Because I have incredibly sensitive, temperature sensitive teeth, right? Hot and cold, both ways. And the only thing, like I've had, I don't know what it's called, but like they put on like a film or something, right? Like the dentist will put on like this, I don't know, like it's it's not like plastic or anything. It's just like a wax kind of. They put it over your teeth and in the back of your teeth to try to like block the sensitivity. That stuff does not work for me. So the only thing that has ever helped is sensitive toothpaste, right? Now I'm not picky. I don't need like Sensodyne. I do normally only buy Sensodyne because nowadays it's harder, but because Sensodyne for a really long time was the only one that didn't have whitening agents in it. And for those of you that don't know, when you have sensitive teeth, using whitening agents can make your teeth more sensitive. Why do I want more sensitive agents inside of my toothpaste when I already have sensitive teeth? Whatever. But so I had bought this box of like 4 of Sensodynes, and then David suddenly is coming down with like this sudden case of my teeth hurt. I want to use sensitive toothpaste. And I'm like, fine, here. He gets ready in our guest bathroom. I get ready in our bathroom, like the master bedroom bathroom. And so we just have a tube of toothpaste in each one. Tell me why we both opened a brand new tube of toothpaste on the same day. He's gone through 2 tubes already. I haven't even gone through half of one. I was like, how much flippin' toothpaste are you using, sir? So we need more toothpaste because now we only have, he doesn't have no more. And so we're just sharing the one, which is fine. We could share one, but it just makes it harder when we're both trying to get ready to go back and forth, right? So he's gonna, we're gonna have to go get some today. I'll keep going with the Maglity full blown migraines free for 20 whole days. And you were getting them often recently, right? I don't know how long you've been dealing with them, but I know for a fact that you were having them half the month, right? Half every month. And that's terrible, but I'm so glad. 20 days is amazing. And I'm so glad to hear that. Congratulations. You use the Colgate for sensitive teeth? Ooh, I think I've used the Colgate one before. I buy whatever one's cheap and on sale, whichever one's right there, right? And the reason why I got the Sensodyne last time, like that box of 4, was because it was on sale for $12. That does not happen. That's like unheard of. Ooh, cute. David's showing me a picture of his coffee. He's like, and I got cool stickers. You already know I love stickers. I collect stickers. But I will look into them. But sensitive toothpastes are so expensive, you guys. They're like $5 or more a tube. They're expensive. Like, they will teach you very quickly you are using too much damn toothpaste. And on the back of the toothpaste bottle, it tells you to use a pea-size amount. But what's a pea-size amount? Are we talking a garbanzo bean? Was a garbanzo bean a pea? Are we talking about like a peas like in a pod? Are we talking about like a green bean pea? Are we talking about like Canada Libby's peas? Are we talking about dehydrated pea? What are we talking about here? How big are we talking? But he's using too much. And I was like, so yesterday I told him, show me how much toothpaste you're putting on your toothbrush. You need to back off because it's too expensive. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to be like super irritating, but it is what it is. Where did my brother go? we have this app called Flighty, and it just notified me that my brother landed. But where's he at? Oh, Phoenix. I guess he's trying to go visit my mom. So I'm glad you guys are feeling better. I'm glad everybody's starting to feel better. I'm so glad I feel better, because I hate feeling down in the dumps, you guys. I hate it. It's not fun. And then I'm over here like, I go back to the psychiatrist in 10 to 11 days. On the 17th, I go back. And I upped the dose of Vivian. We went from 30 to 40. And now it took 2 weeks. 2 weeks for them to fill it. And they just kept telling me it's because, first they were saying it's too early. I was like, yeah, but it's a dose increase. And then it became, well, we have to get a release from the doctor. I'm like, isn't the prescription the release from the doctor? Isn't that why the doctor is writing a prescription? It's a controlled substance. Like, do you think they're just going to write me a prescription just for fun, just for shits and giggles? No, it's for a reason. And then finally, I called again and I was like, you guys, it's been 2 weeks. Well, 13 days. It's been 13 days. And they're like, oh, well, it's because we need the doctor to tell us what they've told you to do with the other dose. I was like, what do you mean? What am I? You think I'm going to just take 2? I'm only taking 1 a day. Once I get the new dose, these are almost gone already anyways. By the time I get the new dose, I will discontinue the use of the 30 and move on to the 40. And then she was like, oh, okay. Let me make a note of that. We can release it today. You mean that's all it took? Why didn't anybody else tell me that? I could have told you that from the beginning. Nobody asked me. Same. Oh, you've been suffering for 20 years? I'm so sorry. Over the last 10 years? Oh, gosh. I am so sorry. Are you perimenopausal? Because I know that one of the things that they say that can cause migraines to start or increase or fluctuate or whatever, is hormonal fluctuations. And one of the things that cause, 15 migraines a month is a lot. I was having them daily. I had gotten to the point where I was getting them daily, and not just like a migraine that I could work through. This is the kind of migraine that would, like, you can't function. Any smell would make you throw up. It would make you nauseous, make you vomit. Any, like, the sight of food would turn your stomach, and you would just like, because migraines aren't just the pain in the head, right? They also, well, I had something called aura, which basically means that when migraines come or when they're here or whatever, my vision changes, right? Like, you see, like, I don't know if these are still a thing, but if you're old enough, you might remember kaleidoscopes. Do you remember how, like, it had like that, like the different shapes and colors on a kaleidoscope? That's kind of like what happens to your vision, right? Or you'll get spots. Like, some people will just get black spots in their vision. So like if they're looking at something, suddenly there's just like this black thing like right in their way and they can't see. Some people get like zebra lines, like fuzzy lines. I get kind of like a mix of everything, and then my vision is blurry. But so you can't see, you can't smell anything. Hearing sounds makes your head pound even more. All you want to do is be in a dark, dark hole and just go to sleep, right? But you can't. You can't because you don't feel good. And you can't sleep. And then it's terrible. It's awful. It's awful, awful, awful. And I feel so sorry for people who deal with this like all the time. Like, it's awful. But I'm just so grateful that this new medication is helping. It sucks though, because I hate taking the medicine. I don't want to take, hold on guys. It's time. I have been released. Oop, I hear David. He just got here. Hold on, let me restart my computer. So it's ready for tomorrow. Okay. But yeah, some people can get migraines and they can still function. I guess they're just called functioning migraines. And some people get kind of a mix of both. So it just depends.
My coffee is yours.
Thank you. What is it?
Hazelnut truffle mocha.
Yum. Oh, thank you. Look at this sticker.
Mine.
Cool. We're gonna put it in the book. Oh, that's your That's your straw. Thank you. Look how cute. We're gonna put it in the book. I gotta fix my sticker collection, you guys. But see, I have a sticker book that I keep all of my coffee, well, not just coffee stickers, but all of my stickers in here. They're cool. Do you remember when we got that one? I like it because it's holographic.
I want to get a Dutch Brother one of these.
Like a little mono?
You can go in the store and you can buy stuff on there.
They have stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh, look at when I went on my first 50 state tour place. I thought this was so funny in Minnesota. I froze my nuts off. Show you that sticker? It's cute. I like it. Then this one is probably my favorite one because it's a Walkman. It's a CD player Walkman. But then look at, you guys, this one is Scratch and Sniff. Smells like coffee. I love it. What'd you get?
The same. Well,
Yours looks like Gold Eagle.
Golden Eagle, sugar-free.
Oh, sugar-free Golden Eagle. Good. I like coffee. He got me what's called a hazelnut trouble. Yeah, it's too milky for me.
I like it.
Good. Glad you like it. You get the black spots too. Oh yeah, you get Aura. Duh. Forgot about that. Let me see. I had maybe 2 early signs with photosensitivity, but I was able to abort it with. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's right, because you switched your abort pill right to the injection, which never worked for me in the past. Oh, I'm so grateful. Oh, you didn't even need to take it. That's awesome. Wait, you get severe migraines too, Miss Nikki? I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my gosh. You're perimenopausal. I wonder if that's what's triggering it to be more increased recently for you. Dark, cool room with no noise or smell. Also, oh yeah, I get severe motion sickness, which I think I talked about this when I got my hysterectomy, which I didn't know this until that day. That's when they told me. And then I came home and, I went down the rabbit hole. But I had known because I've had bilateral carpal tunnel release, right? So I had to be under anesthesia for each one. They don't do them at the same. I wish they would have done them at the same time, but they do one at a time. So each time, the first time I was severely nauseated, I was severely sick, and that lasted over a week. The second time was worse than the first time. That lasted about 10 days. And then I found out that when that happens with anesthesia, you are more susceptible to always get sick from now on, right? Like every time you're on anesthesia from like nausea, vomiting. And so when I went for my histoscopy, where they also completely put me under, I was under anesthesia for that too. I told the anesthesiologist, just so you know, I have a really bad, reaction when it comes to like nausea and vomiting when it comes to anesthesia. He was like, okay, good thing you told me, because we have, like, I have certain medications that I can give you. And if we know in advance, I can just preemptively give them to you. Excuse me. I said, okay, cool. And so they did that. You guys, this coffee is so good. And so he did that. And then when I went to go do my hysterectomy, I told them the same thing, right? Like, just so you know, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, oh, out of curiosity, do you also get motion sickness? I said, yes, I do. How did you know? And he said, it is something that they're starting to correlate. If you suffer from motion sickness, you are highly likely to also suffer from the reaction of nausea, and, like extreme nausea and vomiting for an extended amount of time coming off of anesthesia. So because of that, he not only gave me like whatever they gave me like in my IV, but they gave me something orally. What they also did was give me, however you say this word, scopolamine. It's a patch, right, that contains motion sickness medication on a adhesive, and they put it behind your ear, and you'll leave it there for 3 days. So they told me I could leave it up to 3 days, right? So I was going to take it off, but my mom was like, you should probably just leave it on for the max amount of time because we already know that I get nauseated and you know, all of that from anesthesia. And I was like, that's a good idea. So I didn't take it off until, you know, the last day. So I took it off and I noticed, looking back, I didn't get nauseated. I didn't vomit, not even once the entire time from like directly after recovery. So that was awesome. But I didn't know that there was a correlation between the two. So maybe that's also something that, like, if you ever have to go to surgery, God forbid we ever need surgeries, but if you ever need a surgery, know that even if you've never been under anesthesia before, if you need to get surgery, bring it up to your anesthesiologist. Hey, just so you know, I do get motion sickness and I'm likely to be more prone to nausea and vomiting with anesthesia. So that this way, they will be preemptively able to give you medication for it. You can't imagine 15? Yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. Well, thank you, Miss Nikki. But luckily, we are all, well, Day and I are on the mend. Nicole is working things out. And Jen has not had any recently. Hopefully not again anytime soon. Yeah, but they're flipping terrible, dude. They're so awful. So I got some scopolamine patches because we're going to go on a cruise. And because I know that I get motion sickness, I just wanted to be prepared just in case, because I don't want to get sick on the ship, right? If I don't have to, if I can take something with me that can prevent me from getting sick, why not? And then we discovered, during all of this, we discovered on my last neurology visit, you guys, look, why does it drive me crazy? On my last neurology visit, I was also diagnosed with cluster headaches, which are different from migraines, but apparently I have both. But I have not had an episode yet, and hopefully I won't, but I didn't know that they were different, first of all. Second of all, I didn't know that most people who suffer with cluster headaches, they tend to come during certain time, like every year, like around the same time, right? Like either during certain times, either during certain seasons, or at the same time every single year. And usually they happen at night and like they wake you up. And I'm like, no, thank you. But since starting, I haven't had any of those episodes. I have had some migraines since starting the once monthly injectable, but nothing has been like it was like before starting compared to the ones that I was getting after. Forget it. They're completely different beasts, completely different. But I'm so sorry that you suffer with migraines. A lot of women who get migraines will also suffer during their menstrual cycles. And it's probably just the hormone fluctuations, but still. Keep us up to date on your cruise. Oh, I absolutely will. You're afraid to be sick? I don't blame you because I'm afraid to be sick. I have gone on a cruise before. My cousin got married, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something. And when we were planning her wedding and stuff, I planned a like girls trip, right? It wasn't necessarily a bachelor party, but it was sort of. And so I planned this trip, and this is before I knew about the patches. But because I know that I get motion sickness, I had bought the bands. The glasses were not a thing yet, but I had bought the bands. I had bought like aromatherapy stuff. I bought so many ginger chews with me. I bought ginger like capsules, like oral pills or whatever. I brought supplements. I brought my favorite. Let me see if it's right here. But my favorite oral motion sickness medication, it starts with an M, but I can't remember how to say it. Metzacline or something. Usually we have a bottle right here because David fills up his weekly medication for work. He probably put it in the bathroom. But he fills up his weekly medication for work and he takes a motion sickness pill with him just in case. Excuse me. Yeah, it might be in the bathroom. But starts with an M. I think it's called Metzclain, something like that. And you can get 100 pills at Costco behind the counter for like $4. Or you could buy it on Amazon for like, I think it's 10, but I'm always at Costco. Might as well pick it up there. But it's dissolvable, chewable. It's chewable. It's a chewable. But we were only there for 3 nights, 4 days, I think. But I stayed like, oh my God, I had a timer set. Every time the timer went off, I was taking the oral medicine, right? Every single time, without fail. Nobody could get me to forget to take it. I carried it with me everywhere I went. I was like so scared to get sick because I get really sick and I did not want to get sick. And I was like, not gonna happen. So then this time, I'm gonna bring this, and I'm hopeful. I decided that I'm not even gonna risk it. I'm just gonna put a patch on every 3 days because we're gonna be gone in total for 10 days. But the cruise itself, is it 7? I think it's 7 days. So we'll see. But we're going to Honduras, Belize, and Mexico, and Florida. I don't live in Florida. I live in Texas. And so we're going to do that. But we don't know if David gets motion sickness like that. We know he does sometimes in a car, but his is hit and miss. Like, you're hungry? Yeah. Okay, what do you want? I thought you just ate.
I haven't eaten nothing.
Liar.
It was early in the morning.
Oh, early in the morning. Okay.
I want lunch. I'm hungry.
Okay, well, what do you want?
Hurry up and get
I guess I gotta go so we can go eat. But I will keep you posted. The cruise isn't until the end of February, but I will keep you posted. And in the meantime, I highly recommend this if you need to go like on a road trip or whatever. That's what I got it for a road trip. And then I'll get a refill for cruise. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you guys soon. So glad to hear that so many of you are feeling better. I'm so glad. I'm so sorry that. Huh?
Are you hungry?
I could eat. I'm sorry to hear that some of you guys were not feeling well because it's a terrible feeling. But I'm so glad that you guys are doing better. And I will see you guys soon, okay? Give me your digital hugs. Are you going to say bye?